Hello, everyone. We're back with Denita and Jim and Agree to Disagree. This time we're coming to you in our bedroom, our secret place, and we're going to talk about some things that have been happening this past year that we all have been going through is the pandemic and being quarantined with your loved one and how you have been dealing with it, what things that you have dealt with as far as your relationship. Was there a positive outcome or negative, even though we're still going through it? But up to this point, it's almost close to a year, and this is all new for a lot of people. So we want to talk to you about what we have been doing and how we've dealt with it. So I'll start off. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a part of the essential workforce, so I pretty much have been working the whole time, like many others. To the other essential workers, God bless you. We've been putting ourselves out on the line, during the pandemic, to make sure we take care of the things that need to be taken care of, and make sure that we have a job. We're thankful for those jobs, and I'm pretty sure many of you appreciate it. As far as relationship wise, in my opinion, I'm enjoying this time. This is a time where I feel like my wife has the opportunity to be at home. She always used to complain about not being able to spend enough time with her family, always traveling back and forth to her job. Now she has the opportunity to do the things that she would like to do at home, spend time with the kids and cooking, taking care of the things that she couldn't take care of while she was working on the road. And I enjoy that, and I appreciate that she's at home and she's safe and not on the roads and around all these people that possibly could have the virus. So that makes me happy. So I mean, of course, there are going to be some differences. We're together more often than not, but I feel like there's always a positive to pull out of anything, even during these trying times. And so far, so good. And I hope it's the same for everyone else.
Now, I will, as far as being home with the family, I'm going to say a famous quote from the movie Friday with all of the happy stuff. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. this this whole thing has been like what your shirt says, super black. Like, and I mean like dark. So we probably we kind of started off on like positive, like, oh, okay, this is gonna be great. We get to spend a lot more time together with the kids, and we can keep an eye on them because Deuce is home. He did the 2 days at school, 2 days home. James, they canceled college this year, so he's going to college from home. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be able to cook for my family and do all of these at home projects and all of this stuff, and then that all went to just all went crazy. It was like the book A Tale of Two Cities in the start, where it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So we have had really great times as a couple and as a family, but then we also had some worse times, like terrible times, where I think we were just like in the house too long. We have cabin fever. We start getting on each other's nerves, and then we're arguing, and it's like the trips that I remember we went to Florida and and we drove, and the way I described it to people was when you're like, hey, yeah, and you start off singing these songs, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and then an hour later, like, no, you shut up, no, you shut up, no, you shut up, and then you're quiet for a while, for an hour, and then the next hour you're like singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall again, and then it's just like a cycle of crazy. So it's been a roller coaster. I think right now we're on an upswing, which is really good. But going through everything that I went through, I think I was already like kind of difficult to deal with, and then topple that off with being in the house with somebody who is sometimes borderline annoying. But other than that, I mean, it's been you have to make it what you have. I was reading one of Oprah's magazines, and one of the things it said was find joy in the struggle. So that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, and that's kind of my mindset, and kind of how I kind of guide my life is just kind of find the good in everything. I mean, of course, we've dealt with a lot this year, and we lost a lot of family members,
A lot.
and I think it was crucial for us to be together, even though we did get on each other's nerves. But it's crucial to have that person with you, that to be there for you when you're going through things, and it did help. And I think if we were actually going through the situations that we went through this year, it would have been a lot tougher to deal with. Because sometimes you need that person next to you, that you can hug and talk to and cry, and that shoulder to cry on. So that's very important. So I feel like that was something that that was the positive of the pandemic. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that have lost loved ones, and I pray for you, and keep moving on, and stay strong. It does get better. My mother always used to say, the seasons will change, and just like how you feel will change, and things do get better, throughout your life, and so that's kind of how I feel. Just try to stay as positive as possible.
I'm like trying to stay positive, but as the time goes, I get more and more skeptic, because I keep hearing like it's like every week is somebody else. Something happened to somebody else. Somebody else died. There's been like so many different people, and there's so many different people who are sad, and so I'm just like waiting. So I sit here and I wait for the year to be over. I'm just like waiting for it to be over. And so I was just telling him, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do in January if something terrible happens, because I've already been waiting for this whole year to be over. So it has been like a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxiety. And to the point where sometimes I'm like, what is going to happen tomorrow? So I don't even want to even think about tomorrow. I barely like even want to maybe like wake up sometimes, because it's like, well, what's going to happen now? And so I pray for everybody that's going through like a tough time this year, but I am very thankful, extremely thankful, because one thing the coronavirus did bring me was to be home when, my mom had cancer. Everybody knows that. And I was able to be home and be with her, and we were able to take her out of the hospital, because she would have been in there by herself. And so we were able, that wouldn't have happened if it was no coronavirus. I wouldn't have been able to be there every single day, all day. And so I realized that there's so many things that coronavirus brought me that to be thankful for. I wouldn't have a chance to spend with my family. I've been cooking a lot of food. I've learned how to use the smoker, and so I've been like smoking briskets and things like that, and also like making a lot of dinner, and I enjoy watching everybody eat it. So, and I did do like I've hung up some shelves and changed the closet around. We rearranged our room, and so things like that. I'm doing a modern family picture wall going up the stairs. So there's been a lot of really great things that have been really fun to do while I've been here, and I've been thankful for this time. It's like I'm not going to waste it. Like I've been laid off before, and the entire time I was just worried and miserable and like, oh, what am I going to do? And then at the end of it, when I got a job, I was like, oh, I should have just enjoyed this the whole time.
Back to usual, right?
Yeah. So we just decided we're going to just enjoy this the whole time.
Right. Because how many of you have worked from home for almost a year?
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. I mean, that's definitely a blessing, even though it's a bad time and serious as far as the coronavirus. But it ain't too many times where you're gonna be able to work from home.
Yeah.
And be there with your family, your children, and even help them with their work. And there's just so many things that you could do. So please use this time.
Right.
Constructively, and we have to get away from complaining. Be thankful.
Yeah.
That you're
everybody's
still here.
Complaining about, oh, I can't go outside. But when everybody was out and going to work every day, it was complaining about that. Everybody's been complaining about, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, I only have the weekend, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is your time to not go to work. And the winter's coming, so you don't have to go out in the snow and all that kind of stuff.
Be back inside again.
Saving all that money on gas. Have some family time, cook some food. Enjoy your time off while you have it.
Right.
Find joy in the struggle.
Right. Well, we're going to end there. We want everyone to continue to be safe, and take care of the things that you need to while you're off, because sooner or later, it's back to work. You're going to be making that trail to work. So enjoy this time. Stay prayed up, and, love on your family while you have this opportunity. All right. Good night, y'all.